Alright, and greetings again. Now we have even found some more awake to go around, as it hasn't been an easy week at work at all. So after some time, even more awake to go around. So again, time to stream, and decided to first do the first one we missed with the Anno 1800 with the skunk. So welcome all, and hopefully we do not have too many economic disasters in the game either, as we might remember that actually having a stable economy was somewhat questionable, but of course, as also in less simulated scenarios, selling weapons proved to be quite profitable pastime, which most probably doesn't surprise anyone with any knowledge of world affairs. So at least also in that respect, in addition to requiring and ensuring that you have enough consumers for your production, it seems to reflect real economics sufficiently well that it's actually hard to reach a stable economy, because you have to ensure that you produce goods and you have the actual consumers for those, and then of course if you have money to run the weapons factory and iron works and whatever required for the military industrial complex, then you of course have additional considerable boost to economy by selling weapons to pretty much anyone who's willing to buy some, which seems to be all the other nations also in the game. So it is what it is in terms of both real and simulated economics. And hello there, Sanchi. Great that you could make it, and hopefully your weekend has started well, and of course now got much further, because the previous time succeeded at shooting up all the way and then had to actually not stream due to conditions beyond one's own control. So in that respect also it's great to have you here now, and hopefully your weekend has started well. So let's gradually move towards the game, and of course also all the others feel free to tell in the chat how your weekend has started, and of course as always you can also do redeemables to have the good skunk show off some, and otherwise also hopefully you have had a good day this far. This one actually had very fast start for the day, went already quite early towards the morning for longer walk out, and have since also succeeded at being somewhat more productive than some of the work days. So appears to be, or at least productive at doing things like this, would say. Of course, being productive at work is no question one might at least advertise. So let's see about the game, and also of course greet all the rest properly, and feel free to comment on your weekend or something else in the chat. And let's move to the game. Here we go, and see about like actually again loading the game. It's been a while since, but not as long as it was at one point, like wondered about what was the overall situation with the game at all. Alright, let's also slightly adjust gain here. Now alright, looks good now that we do not actually like peak, because different suits have a bit different volume. So in that respect also do think that would be a good compromise. Alright, and let's load the game and see where we were. At least it's kind of also, this game has no UI scaling at all, which is surprising for such a modern title. So it's like you actually have to have the you actually have to have the kind of like Fursuit that allows HD enough vision to actually read all the small text, because there is no UI scaling, which is kind of a minor design problem. There we go. And then we wonder what we are actually up to.
Sir Archibald Blake.
Is there's like a nice ship for sale for whatever amount. 115,000. How much actually we could even buy a ship? Unsure. Do we currently need one house hour? We are actually running a surplus, so why not? Let's buy a ship. Unsure what we can do with this other than it's like a bigger trade ship, so let's adjust that at one point, like also probably a good sink for
a new commission.
quest available.
Alas, my bowels churn afresh, and I must beg your expertise.
All right. Alright, could you manage this rather thorny misunderstanding for me and send her my sincerest apologies? Sure, let's see what we need to do. Let's go and pick up these, like we do have the ship two things selected, so
On our way.
there we go. Now we should have a ship here that can actually pick those up. So let's see about fulfilling the quest. Also repositioned the camera a bit to give a better view of the overall shooter. So feel free to also comment on the view, whether you enjoy that viewpoint or should we change that again. So feel free to comment in the chat to adjust that a bit. Right, we should at some point get the ship there, so let's send that ship here, because we should like find the lighthouse. Apparently we do not yet know anything about that, so this is apparently someone else's harbor. Let's see. I think this was the other island we had operations on. Yes.
No space left here. Heartless.
At least nobody is missing. Unsure why the farmers would be especially unhappy, considering they have fish and
She had bunions, silly horn coot. So I says, keep your feet in health or you can't work, and your 6 little mouths will go hungry.
Also probably providing some.
The Emporium Exotique
Alright, now
looks
we have a
very
ship
to your
here, so
patronage, if you can afford it.
let's pick these things up.
Madame Kahina has been a great comfort since father died. She knew him well.
Deliver to Plague Ambassador's Clipper. Alright, so let's proceed there.
Belongs to a stranger. Maybe that's the supplier.
Ready to follow the smuggler's ship, yes. Alright, and there's the follow ship.
Commencing
Sure.
escort.
Would think that if you follow the other ship that closely, it might cause some questions like, yeah, let's push to the other ships, like, rare, sir?
Might spar and bring your focus back. Someone supplies the murderer from Madame Kahina's harbor. We should investigate.
Advises you to follow the smuggler's ship. We are following it very hard. Let's see how we are doing here with the alright, not arrived yet, so at least we are certainly following the smuggler's ship. Like, if one could follow it closer, it would be inside the ship. Would think the smugglers might suspect something. Have to say.
Your people are rioting.
So let's see about, like, alright, we followed that, and then we should sail.
Oppose you. Find a way to solve this dangerous predicament soon.
Sail back. Apparently there is also a riot somewhere. So where should we provide people with a police station, which of course is always well known as a great idea. Alright, that loaded like instructions. Would like to see where the riot would be.
I'm not sure you'll be one to get your mitts dirty.
Ah, hello there, Riley. Oh, and Brash also. And Kamu, wow. We have many arriving, so let's pause the thing for a moment and greet all properly. So, let's greet you all properly on the main screen. It's great to see so many of you here. So, Ragabash is, of course, we do well know that the fox is very motivated viewer. So, hopefully you all have had a good start of the week and otherwise been well, and as noted, moved the camera a bit so you get more view of the skunk. So feel free to comment on that in the chat also. So let's then look soon further. Oh, hopefully you get better soon if you were like outright unwell, or was it something else like exhaustion or oh. Knowing your schedule was a bit concerned indeed oneself that you may have been overworked. So hopefully things improve for you soon, Riley. You're very good Dirk. So let's then see about the game soon again, unless of course any fur redeems something, but otherwise of course let's soon look again at the game, and very happy to have you all here. It's nice to do a daytime stream, as was kind of out of awake during the week, so did not get further than the Monday in terms of planned schedule, but of course it's a plan. It doesn't mean that all of those will happen. So now we do have probably 2 streams on both days, so should be very good, and certainly very nice having you all here. Oh, so let's then proceed again with the game. No, the skunk tail would be kind of demanding with this chair, because it's so sizable and practically would be very hard to sit down with it for hours on end. So apologies, can't really wear the skunk tail while streaming, because it's so big and the chair isn't very friendly. Should at some point like take a different chair and actually do also the tail, but yes, it's kind of not very doable for sitting hours on end with the tail as you know, you actually asked, like on the ask me anything, one of the very early streams, do you have the big tail on too? And it's quite impossible to wear in this situation. So apologies for that, of course. Oh. So let's then move back towards the game, and of course feel free to redeem any of the redeemables also at any time. Really do like them. Yeah, they also kind of partially tend to like bigger tails. So then we are good to continue. So very much nice gaming this far, and let's continue with the game also. Yeah, or a roe tail, like some have the frame inside that you can sit on the kangaroo tail. So yeah, it varies, and of course do really like a circle tail also. It's very nice. Or angel dragon, like this one really like the floor draggers, like very much. So we are back to the game, and let's see how that goes, as we are trying to currently more of do the quests and wonder where the riot is, because it especially warns the player about like that riot risk, but it doesn't appear that there is. Like, does this show where? No, it just minimizes. Enter riot.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Let's just like build a. Let's demolish a couple of houses here and just build a police station. That will of course make you really popular. So being threatened by riots. Alright, here. Alright, we do have nice fist icons, so let's put down a police station. There we go. Maybe the police will help with rioting. And now we have trained jolly police officers. The game has quite weird sense of humor. Jolly police officers. Yes, we are ready to hand in that quest. Alright, and we got 4,800. And then we are again trying to do the follow a smuggler, so let's send ship here. And hopefully presence of the jolly police officers helps with the riot risk. At least the game has pretty good sense of humor. Police in action, yes. And we can even probably like upgrade the police officers. Alright, so there's now policing going on. That should help with the rioting. Then we should only have this quest, yes. So let's see about once the ship actually arrives here.
Look busy, people.
I got something perplexing, needs setting straight.
Hubby is a terrific firefighter, but he has a terrible habit of disappearing after his ship. Last time they found him passed out by the pub, and now I'm worried sick he might have fallen somewhere. Yeah. That's kind of like, sounds like average husband in the 19th century. Find and collect the farmer's husband.
Keen as a three-legged goat.
Alright. At least he was easy to find from the pub. Alright, let's see how our
Your streets
policing
are
action
safe
is
again.
going. Yep. Riot overcome. So clearly
Just
that
like
helped
old
as far as
times.
police business. Alright. Seems our ship is still on the way. So let's then yeah, noodle is kind of special because it's not really the usual in terms of like locomotion either, that usually it's like intended to move somehow magically, unlike Western Dragon that actually has viable means of locomotion and of flight, so it's kind of special. So let's then, alright, our ship arrived, so
New orders?
The locals say that trading ship over there
Oh,
belongs
Warden,
to
it's
a
flooded.
stranger. Maybe that's the supplier.
Adjust the sail.
keep your distance. Ah, alright, now do I understand why it gives the quest again. So here we have to follow, so it was quite logical as noted that we have to follow at some distance. so this is actually kind of like more demanding. This requires like
Adjust the
dynamic
sail.
control. You can't get too close, so it actually failed because we just put it on escort and followed all the time very closely, so no wonder it didn't really work out.
Coordinates plotted. Steersman.
So now this should go much better.
On our way. Take the rudder.
Fortunately, the game makes you to try again rather than like immediately failing that line of quests. So in that respect, it's also fortunately a bit forgiving, as misunderstood the instructions a little like.
Coordinates plotted. Adjust the sail. On our way. Coordinates plotted. On our way.
The foul scent of a killer. We cannot let him escape.
Commencing escort.
Ship under attack.
Alright, there's some kind of like fighting thing. Don't think this ship has any
Steersman.
gunnery. Really.
Coordinates plotted.
That was kind of surprising.
Adjust the sail. Take the rudder.
Alright, let's send this back for repairs
On our
and
way.
maybe build like a bigger ship. That was first fighting for quite a while in the game, and that thing has some firepower, so we clearly need a bigger ship. Fortunately our ship didn't sink. This doesn't actually have, do not think, any weapons, so yep, that wasn't going to be the winning fighting scenario. So let's then, oh, thank you for the resub, and you are already on 3 months streak, so let's thank you properly, of course, on the main screen also. So always appreciate all the support that do get. So oh, hello there, and let's thank you properly on the main screen. So oh, thank you for your support. So, and of course really thankful for the repeat subscribers. So it's very nice to have at least a bit of support in general, and all support is greatly appreciated. So always very thankful, and thank you So let's then continue with the game. We need to clearly have a bit more firepower would appear, so let's like build bigger ship with some guns, and we do have the artisan to do that, so we can actually build the bigger ship also. So let's continue with some ship building and see about where we end up. So let's see about like what would it take to build like a ship of the line would certainly be, but it would require like a lot of artisans. We could build one of these, but we need more sails, we need more metal, we need more, like the frigate at least does have 28 DPS, so let's see, we should have a sail maker somewhere. Here we do even have happy artisans, so let's upgrade like another. You can also downgrade residents, which helps a lot, because at one time we can actually also here upgrade residents, so we do have more artisans. That helps a bit like with building the big ships, but you need even more artisans for the biggest ones. So let's see if we can find the sail maker proper like. Yep, let's again also run the sail maker, because we now have like some use for the sail maker. One of your ships is under attack, yes we know. Oh, and how have you been, Raven? Always great to see you, so of course. Of course, curious how your weekend has started. Alright, then we could also see about the metal production. Right, we are actually running the steelworks, but not the weapons factory, so let's also run the weapons factory. There we go.
Stores are inundated.
A check copy?
Alright, now this should be only a question of producing the right resources. Alright, let's check the newspaper. Ship sold. First artisans drift in. Renovations boost city appeal. We have only like positive like news really, so sure.
It must be wonderful to share the good news with others.
Princess Queen is happy her newspaper prints the truth. Yeah, good that someone is happy. Hopefully this thing makes it without issue here for repairs. Do not think the Clipper is much good for fighting, so it's more like a trading vessel. Ah, good to hear. Also, this far have had a pretty good weekend, would say, so great to hear also.
Show me how you conduct your business.
Princess Queen offers trade rights to you. Show me how you conduct your business. 20,000, yeah. And it's only like 30 seconds. Nope, you could maybe go away. Like, yeah, would be a bit expensive. like maybe the Qing dynasty should consider their economic position a bit more carefully. Alright, now we are gradually producing all the resources for actually making fighting ships also. And the weapons factory also runs at pretty good efficiency, so that should help overall. So let's then see about causing more havoc in the game. So let's see, like we do at least have now weapons production and much less robust economy, but we do already have good amount of money to burn also, so it's kind of not cheap to make the combat ships clearly. Let's try to make sales at least for a couple. And when does the thing that was almost sunk arrive? I do think it was quite far away, so is it here currently then? Here is at least the
Light of Prometheus!
Purfurian shield. It doesn't show the stats though, so it's kind of like looks like some quite modern combat ship. Alright, and here's the other island which does produce beer. Alright, you can even add windows for artisans. Clearly high requirements. The building has to have windows. Clearly a lot to ask.
We assist however we may.
Alright, this finally arrived back, so that improves the situation a bit. Now we have enough sales, the production of arms goes a bit lower, especially with only single production place for those.
Here is a vital matter of queen and country.
Alright, we've been streaming for about an hour, so let's do at least 2 or more depending on, as we are not in a hurry. Escort quest. Now here is a vital matter of queen and country, and it pays pretty well coin, so let's see about that. Certainly.
Buckaroo!
Approach the ship to begin the
Who's the
quest.
charm?
Alright, so we need to bring another ship here. This is at least in an alright shape again, so
Take the rudder.
let's go here. Their escort ship is not much bigger, so hopefully it's not again like that we encounter Mr. Shoot a lot again, so that was quite quick, so let's put this on escort mode and just push. There we go.
Commencing escort.
Started to escort the wrong ship, so let's try again. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't involve at least again the very difficult opponent. We'll see. Alright, let's then. Oh, hello there, Jax. Let's also greet you properly, of course, on the main screen. So, hopefully your weekend has also gone well. And of course, greetings to you. Happy to have you here, and let's continue also back to the game. So there we go, and let's see how our escort mission goes. Hopefully you have been doing well, Jax. Alright, someone is clearly shooting at them. Alright, there are the small ships which we can't even attack, do things, because this ship doesn't have any firepower, so
Steersman.
that probably goes really well. Yeah, we clearly need a better ship for this. Let's send the whole thing just back here. This is useful only for trading, so now we know.
Adjust the sail.
That isn't clearly going to succeed.
Court
Oh well.
trousers down. Oh, well, it happens to the best of us.
Alright, and we need to produce more weapons for that. Let's see, like, can we... Because this is 100%, so we most probably could build another. Weapons factory. There we go. At least that should be technically technically an improvement as you can run 2. Ah, alright, yeah. Welding cast iron in general is kind of like, it's one of the classical like really difficult things. It tends to be like that it requires kind of like specialist really to do cast iron well. It's not quite as bad to think as welding like aluminum or other light metals, but almost. It's not like a metal that really wants to weld in the traditional sense. Do know it's often done like with forge welding when you can do that. Alright, now we have like two weapon factories even, so let's see if we can improve the situation. Alright, so we need more. For this we would need even more artisans, so it might be. Clipper isn't useful, but like ship of the line would be, but it requires like 750 artisans. Yep, we are not getting a ship of the line anytime soon. There's something we can pick up, let's see. Ah, alright Sanchi, let's properly also wish you well then, so. Oh, the game has pretty good audio in general. Oh, thank you for joining Sanchi, and always good to have you here, so be well, and thank you for coming along for the stream for some time. So let's return to the game and continue. We picked up 2 timber, alright. There's more to pick up also, let's see. No problem. Alright, we picked up 7 timber, can we like put it to the... There's even more to pick up. This might have been from when we had some kind of problem with timber. Let's see, can we put those to... Apparently we can't transfer those to ground. Alright, we are getting gradually close to having enough weapons for the first bigger ship. Clearly our requirements for sand have been a bit limited lately.
Complete stop!
Wake me up when you're ready.
Alright, let's increase sausage production. I think we should have enough market for those.
Every day is Christmas.
these appear to be pretty happy. Euphoric worker, let's also upgrade here so that we have more artisans. As long as we have enough artisans, we can then build the ship of the line. But it will require, if we have 100 artisans and how much it requires, it's kind of like mildly hopeless.
Workforce shortage.
We do also apparently have some kind of parade. Alright, sure. Doesn't look like a riot, so we are happy enough. Alright, and now we can build a frigate, and it actually has a firepower, so, and then we need more wood and more weapons for the next one, but now we can actually, we should probably have at least 2 because the guy shortage of workforce, unsurprisingly, because we upgraded some into artisans, so we should most probably build more.
Sweet as a
Also
spring
we could
meadow.
upgrade the farmer housing here, because do not think we need that many farmers in this corner anymore, so upgrade a couple of farmer dwellings into worker ones, which produces like increases the population cap from 10 to 42. So that should improve the workers shortage already quite a bit, because every converted house adds up to 42 workers. So that should correct the overall situation greatly. Critical workforce. We clearly need more housing here also. Do not think we can even construct like worker housing directly. It's always like that you have to first build the farmer dwelling and then upgrade it, so let's increase population then.
Every rose has its thorns.
This can be already upgraded, so
What brings you here, master?
at least do think that would start getting more workforce here now that have increased the amount of worker dwellings in the vicinity, so that should also improve the situation.
There ain't enough of us.
Most probably should also add a road here so we can build more housing once we have a kind of like overall road crossing here. There we go. That should allow for some more farmer residences, which in turn improves the farming workforce situation, and then we can upgrade some of those further on.
If I see another biscuit.
Then we have to wait for the remaining farmer dwellings to increase population, so they can be also upgraded. Now we again have sufficient workforce also the grain farm, so we should most probably build more road also here, so we can add more dwellings on the road side. There we go. That should allow for more
Workforce
farmer dwellings, so we have sufficient farmers even when we upgrade the previous ones here once they increase population, so that should be quite good situation overall.
Get some rest. It's going to be a long voyage.
All right. So let's then see about what we can do. Yeah, the kind of like rubber ones for cast iron. The welding rods are really expensive. Alright, what do we have warning? Ah yeah, shortage of workforce again, so it's kind of like the shipyard requires a lot, and we are still at 0 for that, so alright, we are quite close to being able to upgrade the remaining farmer dwellings here. We can already upgrade one.
If I see another biscuit.
Let's also add road here, so we can be sure that we have enough connectivity for the shipyard. There we go. At least we are increasing the worker amount all the time, so that should at some point. Yes, we do now have not 0, but what, like 3. Will be a bit of a push to get enough workforce for the shipyard, so. Now it's only insufficient, not critical, so it's actually getting built. Built at some rate, which is much better. Alright, and there we also can upgrade. So gradually improving the workforce situation. So let's see. Overall, getting more workforce here. Alright, it's improving a lot. Now we have at least 25, so upgrade dwellings here. Any rate possible. So there we go, because we added those recently, and then we add another road here that should be able to do things space wise, should fit. One row only here. Alright, still do two more dwellings, so that's alright also. Alright, we are gradually drawing closer to sufficient workforce here, so that at least helps with getting the other items produced in sufficient quantities to build the second ship. Not really going against that thing before have at least two ships.
Hide the bottle! It's the boss! No less than we deserve.
Alright, gradually getting there as far as the workforce goes, so we can again upgrade one dwelling here. All the new dwellings have now been upgraded, so that should increase the workforce, because we especially also built the extra road also towards the shipyard. Now we have sufficient workforce. It's still not exactly the fastest thing ever to build. Alright, and we soon also have, we just need more wood. There we go. Now we can put another one in the queue. That should pretty much overall hopefully be sufficient if you have two ships to attack with as far as the quest goes. Let's see.
Sozzle from Friday to Monday.
Yeah, that's related to steel making also. Here the fire risk is quite high. So So most probably do think that also here with some places at least.
We can't shut the storeroom door.
Alright. Use of steel is actually as far as full output storage, so and then we just have to wait for the new ships to be built. As we have maximum amount of workers in place also.
Too late. Go on without me.
Alright, and then we can pretty much wait for the ships to be done. There isn't any other very specific, so let's speed the game up a bit for a while to get the ships done hopefully a bit faster, as I do not think that we have any major other issue ongoing other than getting the ships finished, which takes a while. So fortunately we can speed the game up for a moment, as about the only thing we are currently interested in is like
Ship construction.
building ships and building more ships. So and these do have some firepower, so it's much better. Just the first one. As long as we produce enough weapons, we can also get a third one ordered by the time. So we can even build 3. Weapon production is comparatively very slow.
Get some rest. It's going to be a long voyage.
So let's see about, like, we can order a third one, maybe build even 3, so that we most probably do not get sunk by the thing, as it's not like there we go and third one ordered. So let's build the third one, and then we should have, now we already have 2 frigates and third one coming up, so then do think that would be surprised if it's that difficult a target. Yeah, we are starting to run a deficit for the simple reason that warships also cost to run 100 apiece, so it's like not surprised we are running a deficit at that rate. We'll need to see about disbanding them or making the economy otherwise more robust, but we do have like 10,000 to spend, so it's not like it would be an issue immediately. As it seems the warships are not cheap to run. Also, like, closing the weapon factories now that we have made enough. There we go, and then regular speed, and let's for now also close the weapon factories, because these cost like 150 a piece to run, so easy way to stop running a deficit. Close the steel production related facilities again. and suddenly you're in the positive because it's so expensive industry to run. There we are. Now we can again try and attack this. Let's see how that goes. We can probably save the game now, which would be a bit helpful. There we go. Name it attack so that we know we are attacking the thing.
We mortals shall
As there was the joke about the Ultima 7 that when you save the game, one of the companions to the avatar says, I have a bad feeling about this, because usually the player saves the game when they are about to do something risky. So that's why one of the companions at times, as a joke, says that they have a bad feeling about this.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Alright, this will take a while. So let's see if we can sink that thing.
Attention for the Admiral.
Let's speed up this a bit so we get there faster, as unsurprisingly sail ship travel is kind of less than absolutely fast.
Fleet awaiting orders.
We had to go to press.
Aye.
Alright, gradually getting there, so let's see what happens with that. Alright, there they come, so let's put speed to regular now that we have the fight.
Fleet on point.
And now we should most probably do actually have some firepower.
Yeah.
The hooded man threatens to kill you just as he killed your father. What have we here? Samuel Good's child. I want to go down with your father, do you?
He freely admits to his crime. Get him!
He freely admits to his crime. Get him.
I was just a spark, and the touch paper is already lit.
Fleet on the move.
No! He's dead. It
All
cannot be
right.
here.
He blew his ship up.
Moving in convoy.
It is father's diary. Quickly, what does he say?
Father's diary. All right, at least we got the diary. If nothing else, that was kind of anticlimactic. Let's build
course,
better
the
ships.
island over
Of
which
course,
he was
the
accused
island
of treason.
over which he was
That is
accused
what they
of
are after.
treason. That is what they are after.
No doubt father thought this symbol
Prosperity is
germane.
sold. That is all I
Anyone
can
can
puzzle of
interpret
my
it.
arrest
Madame
and present
Kahina can.
circumstance shackled between these cold grey walls. Tomorrow I resolve to make my case again to Mr. Blackford, who today so cruelly refused me a proper explanation. Now I must try to sleep and can think of nothing but my poor Hannah and the other so far distant. There's a picture of prosperity, so we need to find an island with that shape apparently. And there's a lot of text in the diary. Alright. I have today begun the process of gathering evidence in my defense. Hannah was here, though they did not let her stay long. She gives me hope that a full and unmitigated pardon is possible. Years of loyalty count in my favor, but the very idea that I may have betrayed my queen weighs heavily upon me. Even if the dark clouds of scandal pass, they may forever have damaged our family's prospects. Smuggling quest, you say? Now we at least have better ships, so sure.
Don't you go letting all barrel down now. Stations!
Alright, let's go to the harbor. Alright, which ship had the diary? That ship, so that ship goes here and the other two ships go for the smuggling quest. Good. So we have done 1.5 hours. Let's do at least 2 hours. 2 hours certainly, so let's continue. Right, these are not our ships.
Like Jonah in the ship of Tarshish.
Ship of the line, property of enemy. Yeah, if the enemy has ships of the line.
Count yourself lucky you're not one of my regulars.
I can tell you're searching for something.
You can rely on us.
Right, diary delivered.
This sign of fire is reserved for those they wish
The mark of the Purforians, the sign of fire, is reserved for those. I never knew your father mixed up with the Purforians, a grave malevolence. Alright.
You may be wild, child.
You may be wild child, but don't go to the new world. Don't rouse the dragon from its slumber. Riley.
Not so long ago, I'd have dealt with this myself.
Alright, escort quest. This time we can maybe even do it, as we have like ships with some fighting. Samuel Good's murder exposed. Good's siblings track down their father's murderer, a man unlikely to have acted alone. Indeed, rumors circulate of links to a peculiar sect. Yeah, now we at least found Mr. Captain who blew himself up. So story continues. Where are the other two ships? Let's get all of them to escort. Alright, that's the fleet we are supposed to escort, so it's actually there. So it's a good idea to anyway collect all 3 ships here, as then we can like properly do the escort mission, as we have actual fighting ships. Apparently we still have to deliver father's diary. And this is apparently a different place. Sure.
Expensive. Don't let it go astray.
Alright, the other 2 ships are coming there, so takes a while until we do begin the escort. Alright, it's not that far away anymore. Good.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Maybe we succeed as far as it goes this time. As we actually do also have some firepower.
They may strike when we least expect.
Yes. And now let's just set escort. There we go. Let's see how that goes.
What is it you are bringing? This symbol is a death threat?
This
But
symbol
Her Majesty received
of death
one
threat,
identical
but Her
upon
Majesty
a
received
plain
one identical
with a
upon
stamp
a
from
plain
the
envelope
colonies.
with a stamp from the colonies. Alright,
We
clearly
still don't
also
know how your
Her
father
Majesty
was
may have
involved
had
in
some
all this, but I fear
problems.
the answer lies west.
We still don't know how your father was involved in all
Your
this.
father sold prosperity to the leader of the rebels, Isabel Sarmento.
Alright. So clearly the
Sarmento's
island
last
was
location
indeed
is all
sold.
we have. We need to plan our expedition route carefully.
These fabled lands exist after all.
A new expedition is available. Right, difficulty is quite low. These fabled lands exist after all. Let's see how our escort mission goes. Alright. There's a ship apparently shooting, so
Stations!
that's actually our
Ready the ropes? Stations!
these are clearly kind of losing.
Ready the ropes?
Like that's going much faster. At least.
frigate first class.
At least that is going rather well, mostly. Took a bit of damage from something, but let's watch both
You can rely on
closely
us.
for now. Oh, hello there, Doc Ivan. It's been a good while. Let's greet you properly on the main screen for sure. It's really nice to have you here again. All right. Oh, it's been a good while. What's going on in here? We are having skunky Anno 1800 time. Oh, it's been a long while since have you seen you. Moment. Let's also remember to pause the game so that our escort mission doesn't go too awry. And let's switch. Yeah, it's really great to have you here. Always appreciated. There we go. Oh, great to have you here. Oh. So certainly the skunk like you. Oh. Very good that you've been again able to join. It has been such a long time, so it's great to have you here. And of course to remember you from earlier, so really nice. So let's then gradually continue the game again here and see about what happens with the escort mission. There we go, and then resume. At least it doesn't seem our ships have sunk, so there we are. Alright, altogether near waters. Haven't at least taken much damage, only the earlier minor damage, so it looks like our escort mission is still at least in some order. Which looks good. Alright, plenty of clay deposits here.
Stations.
I forget what it's like to have it on my hands.
Alright, those left the map, so let's return our forces to the harbor. And this delivered the diary, also back to the harbor you go. Then we would have the expedition to New World. Oh, do know you've been pretty busy. It's good that you were able to make it this time. I've been also trying to stream more regularly despite work, so have gradually been alright. Gradually had
From here to the precipice,
pretty
the edge
good
of the world.
captain's recommendations, rations, certain navigation, almost certain naval power, highly likely, hunting likely. Sure, let's check that again a bit later once we get ships to the harbor. There we have one, and it's like we can't anyway build the real big ship currently as we have only 100 artisans, so do think that the ship we would assign would in any case be the
It's not raining unless it makes your head bleed.
apparently we should also repair the ship a bit.
Frigate first class.
There we do have full hit points. Actually all of these do, so that shouldn't be an issue. No, indeed also have had the impression that Riley has been worked quite heavily, so have slightly worried about it, so hopefully things improve with you, good Dirk. Oh. Let's raise a ball to that. So, our expedition, let's assign ship, so also we have a clipper available, but do think that naval power with that wouldn't have any. These do have like, do think that would be. And then we add rations. How do we add hunting? The text is so faint that. Let's add some beer onto the ship. Increases morale. Yes, you add beer and morale increases. What did you expect? We can also add a delicatessen or ventilator. Sir, we do not really have any other items, so what would add hunting like? Weapons. If you add champagne, you most probably add even more morale. Weapons would add naval power, so does actually hunting take then? Glass would add hunting. Really? Don't think we yet have a glass works, so. Clay also adds hunting for some mysterious reason, so unsure why exactly, but we do have fish, we do have some beer for morale, and now we do have very good overall equipment in our ship. Ah, yeah, that of course makes it easier. Yeah, beer increases morale, so unsurprisingly. And yeah, that probably makes it a bit easier overall for you to watch these, as this was daytime stream. Of course there will be then evening stream with Fortnite. So let's start expedition. There we go. Our ship goes on expedition. And then we at times get news from the expedition and have to make decisions. So expedition time. We do have we're pretty robust economy as we stopped arms production for now. Do you think we can build one more frigate? Not quite. It's like need more weapons, so we could start again on a smaller scale, like run one weapon factory. Yeah, Riley has quite do think quite a few night shifts also.
No harm in a bit of fun, a bit of filth. Keeps the oil lit when work's waned your wick.
Alright, and now we wait for news from the expedition, and at some point can build another frigate. And then we wait for expedition news. Fair port town. Our town has clearly improved. It's now a fair port town, so it's not like too bad at all. We should at some point also try to increase the number of artisans who would like canned food. So let's study what it takes to produce the canned food. Cattle farm, red pepper farm, artisanal kitchen, iron mine, cannery. Don't you say? And this island of course has no fertility for red pepper. That would be too easy. So let's check the other island. Can it grow red pepper?
You could even call it.
Let's see. We should also in general build a bit more here on the other side. Have a good mine for copper. Let's see about some red pepper farming. Yeah, here we do have fertility.
When I look into your people's faces, I see
Let's
trouble.
put it here and see how many
Make
fields
sure
we
their
need.
misery doesn't become a problem.
We could still add some. Let's see if we can add field also on the other side of the road. Requires adjacent building. Let's see, can we? Yeah, we can go for some seaside pepper. Nice. So that helps. Now we do have like 81 out of 108, so it's quite alright. So now we are in the
Fields might help.
red pepper business. Now we should also, once we produce them,
Oh, I'm always busy, Duck. A field don't tend itself.
No, that's pretty easy, at least when you're working retail. You can also purchase some. Raise artisans' happiness. Yes, that would be what we are trying to do with the red pepper production. So we now also need to transport some red pepper from here. So let's see about modifying the trade route. Where do we actually get the trade route? Menu. Because there's about million buttons overall.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Alright, we are coming up to 2 hours, and it seems we do also have happy viewers, so let's continue for at least half an hour. Then we'll probably finish with this game, and we will have Fortnite later tonight. Alright, see you soon. We'll be here still for half an hour, slightly more. So, let's then see about moving the red peppers once we find the right button. Like trade routes, yes, but where? This is trading, so transfer menu. Escort transit overview, sure, but routes finally. Lord, good, and add the red pepper. $50 maybe slightly. Let's put like 5. And then let's unload red pepper. Let's also change this to 5, so then the ship should possess enough slots, like if we take on 5 of each good. Would that help with the slot situation if we... Let's put a bigger ship on this, then we have the... We have the clipper, now that should be sufficient. Alright, that should be like, let's take the big ship. Alright, is this now moving? Yep. Now we at least do certainly have enough slots to transport some red peppers. That proved to be surprisingly difficult. There we go. And Now we are even starting to have some red peppers available. Yep. Would be good to have maximum. It's kind of also dumb that if you demolish the road, it becomes adjacent now that I think about it, so... Demolish the road and now we suddenly can... Right, still a bit more. There we go. That was kind of game logic. Remove the road and now you suddenly can build the complete red pepper farm. And then we need cattle farm, artisanal kitchen and pretty much everything else. So let's build some more road here and start with those. There we go, new district founded. So we need a cattle farm. Does that require, like, yes, it requires the cattle enclosures.
Going on an adventure? Don't be scared if our Wibbly can also do it.
Then we need a artisanal kitchen. There we go. What we are missing resource wise. Glass. Alright. So we need to first produce glass. We already have a sand mine. And we have a lumberjack's hut. We need glass makers. Sure, let's build that closer to readily available labor. So there we go. Now we also have glass makers. And they should have quartz sand as we have the sand mine here which is stuck with full output storage, so we just need to ensure transport. And then we shall build a window maker. Let's build that there. Once we... What are we missing? Bricks. Alright. And the expedition has been on the high seas for 3 days. Let's see, like, do not think we need more weapons for now, so we can most probably again pause some of these because that may easily improves your overall economy also. Alright, missing farmer workforce. That's fortunately easily fixable because farmer residencies are able to be built at will, so quick fix. Clay is at least produced. Do we have enough brick makers is the next question. Let's build another brick factory here to ensure sufficient availability of bricks. Alright, that should improve the brick situation.
I could simply go to press.
Alright, let's... Alright, we could most probably...
My first tip-off was a riot at a mill. I got to the picket line only to take a stone to the head. When I came to, everyone, and
Publish some distraction instead of mission follow-up.
Is this feeling disgrace?
Princess Queen dislikes your use of propaganda. Alright, thanks you for your help. That went better. Yep, beards used to be fancy in the 19th century, so it's kind of comes with the era that you are supposed to have fancy hats and beards because people tended to respect them more. Let's see how... Alright, we are already 7 days on the high seas, so... And morale is still 100%, so our expedition is going well. Alright. Let's see about building a church also on the other island, because they kind of complained about the lack of a church, so let's make sure we have a church also on the other island because they were concerned about the lack of church services, so let's fix that. Where can we fit one, because the church be so fancy that it's quite big. Probably we need a bit more. Wouldn't it fit here? Yep. Now we have a church on the island, so you can't complain about lack of faith. We should most probably at some point also build a school here, but alright, our brick situation is also gradually improving. There would be a copper deposit here. We also need an engineer to take care of use of copper.
I'll do. Preferred at least.
Increase the worker workforce a bit. We should at some point also start production of sausages here. road here, so we do now have a lumberjack's hut here, and we can also build a additional sawmill here, so should improve the overall wood production situation. We also have 100% red pepper productivity, so that should improve that we actually at some point get the cannery built. Alright, yeah, that will probably take a while, because growing beard is like also in the Royal Navy you can actually have full beard, but you can't grow it while you're on the ship, because you're not allowed to have stubble. So it's like practically you have to grow the beard at a vacation until it grows sufficiently. And then like an officer has to check it whether it's full enough, and if you can't grow a full beard, then you can't keep it. You have to shave. It's kind of like you have to have sufficiently good beard that you can actually keep it. So it's like unless you can grow a full beard proper, you can't keep it.
Ceasefire has ended.
That's how it goes in the Navy.
We are welcome, it seems.
Alright, we should have market also here apparently. Let's build one. That should increase the amount of market available for the farmers. Still the riot chance is very high. Maybe the extra availability of market will improve their happiness, and if it comes to a riot, then we take care of the riot. That used to be actually at one point it was the case that you could, but they revoked that again. It was at one point, do think Mr. The older like Elmo Chinwald actually in one of the G-grams back in like 50s, 60s or so cancelled the kind of Mickey Mouse ordinances like that you can't have a beard. And then they reinstated the ban like do think 80s or 90s, so it has gone back and forth in the US Navy as far as having one goes. At one point they allowed it and then they again disallowed it. Right, we need to, because we actually do have full output storage here, so there can't be a shortage of sausage. Of course, we do not have that many worker houses here yet. The workers are clearly very. We should also like produce bread at some point, but. Yep. Do we have enough brick at some point to like make the Yep, now we can actually build that, so, and it requires wood and glass, so we need the glass works proper, which is actually running, so things also require artisan workforce, so let's upgrade some of the better worker dwellings when possible. They are not much short, so.
Untold perils await us.
Alright, sea expedition. The Iron Dragon, cornered by a fearsome Fursuit vessel. Your expedition has reached South America at last, and the crew are looking forward to some well-earned rest. Night has fallen, and your ship is already in the tranquil bay. When the lookout screams behind us, there, looming in the darkness, gleams a dragon of iron. Its nostrils livid with fire. It's vessel that killed Mr. Coot, but this one must be twice as large. We are at their mercy. However, the bay is hidden from the bright gaze of the moon, and it is possible the dragon has not yet spotted you. If you choose to show yourself, you cannot expect to be a match for the dragon, only somehow hinder it long enough to flee. Let's see if we can sneak by.
Soothe our doubts.
They are not discreet enough, some fool still has their lantern lit. You give away your position, and the Iron Dragon suddenly changes course. Its mouth yawns wide above your little boat, and from it first bloom of fire melts. Men at the travail. The two hulls are close enough for boarding, but there are just too many of the rogues. You can try to target the flaming cannon or attempt to outrun them. Alright. Bonus success chance 20%. Here we have more success chance, so let's try and disable their weapons. The shot only seems to rile the dragon, or its operators at least. That went well. Aim at engine. Yep, that sounds good because we have more bonus success chance with the naval power. The dragon is thwarted, though it catches your ship and crew with one final breath of fire. Alright, we still have 95% morale, so this isn't yet morale breaking. Nevertheless, your lucky hit to its stern has done the trick. There are loud rasping noises from the ironclad's engines, and it noticeably slows and then drifts to a gentle halt. That's always nice when you're on a ship. Let's drift to a gentle halt. Alright, Doc. So let's also give you a proper farewell. So, good night and thanks for joining. Be well and hope to see you again. So, let's move back to the game, and we have now been doing about 2 hours and a quarter, so let's do at least 2.5 hours and then see about finishing for this game. So, hello there, Adrox. Let's also greet you properly on the main screen. So, good to have you here. We have had quite a few viewers for Anno 1800, so welcome to the stream, and hopefully you have had a good day. Show of boss. So, welcome, and hopefully you have had good weekend this far, Atrox. It's always good to see you, and do miss seeing you proper, for example, at the ski week, of course. So, let's return to the game, having properly given farewells and greetings. Oh, that's all okay, of course. Was not sure if it was to your interest, but of course happy to always post those for you. So it's up to you, of course. So, there we go, and let's return to the game. So we at least retained morale. The expedition may be free to find Sarmento now, but it is worrying that the Furians have always seemed to be one step ahead. and are possessed of such fearful machinery. Your crew set up camp in a secluded inlet further up the coast, where they bury the dead and begin repairs to the ship. Okay. Your captain awaits your command. Provide extra rations and continue. Continue. We do certainly have beer. So let's provide some beer for morale and go on. There we go. Expedition. So then we were trying to produce like glass and whatever. Sail makers, full output storage, we can as well pause them for now as we are not building more. Alright, and here we have glass and wood arriving, so we can now finally produce glass windows. So now we have production of glass windows ongoing with some artisan workforce. So let's see if we can build more artisan dwellings. Almost. These are also increasing population as they have pretty much everything possible, including school. There's some mini quests. You could get us some champagne here, right? Yes. Will you
so love to see? Spill the sauce.
Provide. Yes, let's have some champagne. We got a birthstone equipped in the trade union and it somehow improves things. Very good. Of course the workers also get champagne if they ask nicely. We are sufficiently egalitarian. And here we need more windows. So we are making some windows and we should upgrade dwellings if possible.
I dream of better.
These are also increasing population, so it's like we are not far from being able to upgrade some of these into artisan dwellings. It's like one worker short in many. Here we are also running at 100% capacity, so alright. So how has your weekend been otherwise, Adrox? Let's see how our expedition is going. Days on the highs is 17 and we are at 92% morale, so this looks still quite manageable. So let's then see about, we are hopefully now producing some windows at some point. Yep.
Rather fragile.
We just need more arts and workforce, which is kind of the issue, that we need to have a bit more population. It's like we should probably build another school at least, so let's see about that. We probably need to remove one farmer dwelling. There you go. And then build more roads. So we have space for the school. see also, can we change the situation slightly here? So let's also demolish that dwelling and demolish the road and move the road a little. So we have more space for the school. Yes, that's sufficient, so we can build the school there. And we are missing, we need 25 brick. Sure. Let's first of all build the road there also. Now we have road access. We need more brick again, so we also have brickworks here at 100%, so let's make sure that we could also most probably have even more. Let's build another, because the consumption of brick is so considerable that let's build even more brickworks. I do think we have quite a bit of clay.
Why not share some of my daily hell with you?
Oh, nice. D&D would be of course possible to do, like some kind of D&D thing. We can keep that in mind, but it certainly requires somewhere to run it. Do not think that like the at least the core has time to run it realistically. Oh yeah, the weather has been very wet and slushy, so destruction quest. Alright.
How did you manage to wriggle out of it?
We succeeded at declining it by timing out. Apologies, and then we probably get bad news again. Oh well. Expedition is still apparently on the... Alright, I'll mark her on the map with an S, says local man Ramon. Ooh. Sir Archibald sent to accompany you. Why not an X? Says the captain with an air of disappointment. Samento, says Ramon, his eyes sparkling with life. Finding her is the key to everything. Have you traveled for many days along the New World coast? It is now time to decide how you will travel from here. Ahead, a broad brown river mouth invites you upstream, its perils waiting unseen beyond its bends. Perhaps a route over land will be more forgiving, says the navigator hopefully. One look at the dark and foreboding line of trees would suggest nothing could be further from the truth. But which is lesser of two evils, Admiral? Take this ship upriver, head into the jungle. Let's go by ship, because usually like at least the conquistadors tended to get into more trouble when they actually went into the jungle. The Perforian dragon is back on your tail. It seems hard to believe at first. Yeah, again we have to do this. Beyond the next bend are a set of devious rapids frothing down towards you, and with the Perforian dragon fast approaching, time is in short supply. There is very narrow breach at one side through which a vessel capably navigated may just about fit. Alternatively, blasting at high cliffs could block the Perforian's way. We do have higher bonus success chance due to naval power, so fired cliff between you and the Perforians. Let's see what happens. Too little rock falls in time. Alright. The small shower of sandstone does not deter the Perfurians, and you are left with no choice but to try to sail up the rapids. There is a sharp splintering sound as your poor ship's hull suffers what it was never built for, riding up and down over the tired divisions of white water pools. Your ship begins to flood, and though you see the Iron Dragon turn tail and puff downstream, you must decide whether to fix or forsake your ship. This expedition is going well. Disembark and search for Isabel on foot. Repair the ship and continue downriver. Let's see. Alright, and we get taken to Isabel, so we clearly got further. So we certainly should probably state with that we are child of Samuel Coot, because that was like his property back in the day. Let's see. So they call your father a traitor for selling it to us, the pesky rebels, and now you come here to do the right thing and take it back. Your father should have thought of that before he sold it. A deal is a deal. That went well. It is a confession that the deal has not, in any respect, been a good one. She picks up the barrel and pours wine over your head. Maybe I'll take all of my raids out on you. Alright, do you think it's more useful to put the blame on the dead man? So even if it was my father, the Perfurians must have forced him to sell. Alright, that went a bit better. Isabel puts the barrel down, stabbing her boot knife in to block the hole. Then you are against the Perfurians. I heard the reports they tried to stop you with an Iron Dragon. She exhales nervously. I did not believe it, and yet you risked your life to come here. Isabel motions her guards to release you. I should at least hear what you're planning to do about all this. Okay. At least we made it with some difficulty. The expeditions in this game are rather interesting, so it's nice in that respect.
So, you found us.
So you found us. Take a look around. What can the henchmen of the Empire do to us that the Perfurians haven't already? They do look to be in a little bit rough shape.
Prove our father innocent. Samuel Good.
We come here only to prove our father.
The man that sold Her Majesty's precious island to me, he is just as guilty as I am.
Clearly they have not had very good luck with the Perfurians either.
Would never have betrayed his queen.
So you are calling me a liar? Love is blind. Back before they left their fiery mark, the Perfurians told me your father would come to sell me prosperity. I knew conspiring against the Empire was a bad idea. Afterwards, when I refused to work with the Perfurians, they came to teach
that
us
wouldn't be a surprise that then
From what we know
they
of the
wouldn't either.
Perfurians, I don't think it's enough yet to deter them.
The Perfurians took prosperity from us the moment that deal was signed. Now our movement drills their oil for nothing, night and day. We have lost the strength to fight.
Alright, clearly the rebellion didn't go very far. And they do also have oil, which is of course a newfangled thing at this point economically.
We are very sorry to hear your situation. Still, I must insist on our obtaining our father's...
So, you won't let go? Then let's get to business. Help me shelter and protect the good people that are part of this movement. I see
Alright,
and
so
trust it.
we
I
also
will
need to
find
protect
the contract
them.
that
Will
sealed the
be
deal on prosperity.
more effort
Are you
also.
in?
Now we have construction options available in the new world. Let's see how we are. Chapter 3, Prosperity. So now the game added another island in the new world, and we certainly progressed a lot with the story, so
And we can talk about getting you that contract.
we most probably could pause here. Let's see how we are doing time-wise.
With an island under your flag.
Alright, we are at the 2.5 hours, so do think that we save the game here. And name that new world so we know. And then let's switch to the main screen and give you all a proper finish here, and then see who we will raid. So we will also have fortnight tonight, so after sauna there will be some fortnight. So should be good around like a bit later. Oh, after this one's sauna at least there will be fortnight, so in a few hours there will be fortnight around like hopefully the intended schedule like 9-ish we will have fortnight. So let's change to main screen. There we go, and wish all of you properly goodbye for now. That was really nice stream altogether, a bit longer one, and we progressed the game plot also a lot and had quite a few visitors. We even had Doc here, which has been very long since we have had Doc Ivan visit, so that was also really nice. So let's then wish all of you good evening, and we will return with fortnight after sauna later tonight. So hopefully you have good rest of the evening until then. And let's see who we will raid. Let's see who's doing what. Alright, Basket is playing iRacing. Let's see if they are still playing. Nanook is doing again Supermarket Simulator. Unsure how much we liked the Supermarket Simulator last time. Let's see. Alright, they are doing like what? 12 hours of Sebring. Let's see if they are still driving in Sebring. Quite a track also. Yeah, they are clearly driving. Yep. Yep, let's rate them. Looks good. So let's raid Basketi, and they will be doing Sebring racing for quite a while apparently. So let's raid them and make sure we get the Burb to win at Sebring. There we go, and be well and see you later tonight.